Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good, not bad. I'm gonna try and keep encouraging people to dive deeper into the scriptures with other languages, even if you're not into speaking those languages, to find people that do, um, that can help us in other ways like that for our understanding. That is so cool. And I ran across a video last night. Well, I've watched three with these, or two now. I'm in my third one with these same people. Is from Gnostic Informant Neil, uh, Professor Dr. Hillman, Amin Hillman, and a man called Ariel, um, a Hebrew scholar. He's an undergraduate. He might have got his doctrine now. I'm not sure. This video I'm going to share is a year old, but it's called From Canaan to Israel. So like um how did the Canaanites go from Canaanite to Israel? And they're even going to explain to you that the Jewish culture I was talking about, that um they said, well, like there was an exodus out of Egypt. There's some that never even left that were Hebrew descent, and the ones that actually started on the island of Crete in Greece. That's where I was saying the actual, what I call the real Jews, are from Greece, and that's why these Greek scriptures, our history is so important from that area of the world. And this Hebrew scholar, American scholar, and uh, a philologist, expert in these languages, not just one language, but the languages that comprise the scriptures. These three gentlemen get together, and their meeting of the minds, um, even on who, like if you call Zeus or Seuss, isn't it funny that there was a a book writer named Dr. Zeus, spelt with a Suss? Well, you'll find out what that means if you listen to this video that I'm gonna. Maybe you'll catch it, maybe you won't. I'll just leave you hanging there as a surprise. But it's a little long. It's so worth it. I mean, the information that you're gonna get in there, and there's like other people that are like biblical scholars from like Harvard, and or wherever. Like these gentlemen are highly educated like that with doctrines and that, you know but there's some that are honest about the scriptures and some that aren't, because they're entwined with the dark cabal, and they're seeking money for their services. So if they tell you everything, they're not going to get paid. They can't string you out. And that's what's going on with a lot of these YouTubers out here. You know, a lot of even websites, wherever there's a lot of people just that brings me to the topic of necromancy. And I was thinking, what's the difference between, I mean, I know the Satanists want to raise Satan, but do they want to raise him as a bad entity? That's my question to them. Um, I think some of them do. But, it's said like even Jesus walked around raising the dead, you know? And every Christian on this planet is a necromancer, and they don't want to admit it. Well, Jesus is dead and you love him. He has not come back, you know, because he's Satan and you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So, anyway, no, that wasn't very nice. Let me rephrase that. Let me share people that can give you the ins and outs of what true history is and what's documented with proof of literature behind them from not just one area in the world, but correlating countries that are in close proximity, different religions telling you the same thing. The only religion way back when that started monotheism, only caring about the male figure in the situation, was Islamic. And that's where that began, not in Christianity. And even to this day, like with Mary and Jesus, holding Jesus, Christians have a certain spot of honor for the mother and the whole thing. They see, well, they're not telling you clearly that she's carrying God's heart, and without her, there is no him in this flesh thing we're in. It's a dual system with those two energies that can either help you or deny you. So if they're denied, I'd say most likely they're going to deny you right back. So anyway, that was necessary. I just got through telling Doug the same thing this morning. I don't need his help. It is the other way around. And if that's not honored, I mean, I care, but I don't have to. And I might not, you know. I don't know. Depends on how much more bullshit I can stand out of the whole thing. Cheers, everybody. We'll just see. So anyway, back to Christians being necromancers. Yeah, you are. Oh, hell yeah, you are. You're no different than the Satanists with your blood drinking, except if somebody says they're a Satanist and say they're going to partake in the Eucharist, um, you're going to automatically think that it's baby's blood, you know. But that's not what it really is anyway. For some people it is, some whacked out people. But there are some Masons that carry the truth of the bloodline. There are some priests that know the truth, but none of these people are speaking the pure truth. The only truthful people I have found are the people that I'm going to share with the information that I learned from the inside of the dark cabal all my life, but not being dark. What a trip, right? Yeah. That's like walking into hell to help people you love and then get denied. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Wow. So you deny what is a part of God, and I can't help you to help God if you don't see that part of God you're denying. You know, that's the, and ladies, how do you feel about that? Do you like your motherhood being slandered out here in this world? Your creation of life being belittled by monsters? Yeah, talk about vampires. Even carrying a child is vampiric to our bodies. And these little creatures don't care. Not really, not like they should, because they're not able to get in touch with what the reality is of that energy. You know, it's being interfered with. And that's ours, ladies. That's a gift from God to you. So don't ever sit back and take that lightly, like that wasn't a true and total gift, you know. Yeah, men participate. Are they laying on top of you thinking, I'm one with your soul? Or is it, um, let's just get it on? You know, what's the intentions of this on top of you? You know, what part do they actually play in that creation? That determines that right there. That's the truth too. God'll determine how that child turns out, but the creation of it all might be made in hell. That union could develop in hell, and that's all there is to it. It's not the real thing, and that's the satanic thing of the whole thing, and religions in general don't really understand that unity between the male and female. It's not honored. Not very, some countries do, some religions do, but not in its full fruition, you know, not its entirety. There's nothing that's representing the reality of it, and these scholars are getting down to the bottom of it. And then each of them will give their take on like a part of the scriptures that is being talked about. And when they just like light bulbs are going off when they have a meeting of the minds coming from three different aspects. It's so cool. Or several. There's people in the chat too that'll, because they're live shows, that they'll throw in some really good questions, and these guys can go from there. You won't find channels like I was listening to a Hebrew scholar, Dan McCullen. He's not gonna, it's not even a debate with these gentlemen. They're digging down to the truth, um, thinking he's above them with his um, insight. It's not knowledge, it's his demonic insight. And demonic doesn't necessarily mean bad, but in this extreme, that's what I'm expressing about it. Because when you keep the truth from people, even if you're by way of not digging down deeper and just taking what academia gives you, like in the colleges, these are your courses, this is what we're giving you to look into, and anything beyond that isn't acceptable. You know, that's why the world is in such a mess, because of people like that, because they won't go any further and they're not open for debates with great minds and proof and facts and logic and things that make sense, like two parents making everybody and things like that. You know, they don't want you to go there. They want you in this confusion and chaos like's going on in the world, you know? So these people are so refreshing to me. If anybody's got enough backbone to join in with conversations that are so deep, I mean, you could have just about any question you would have in the scriptures answered from ancient languages. And like I've told you too, these myths from people's countries and that, the Masons know all of that. It's intertwined, it's encoded. You'll find what you think is like mythos in scriptures, like Hercules is in the scriptures. What's he doing he's part of the Greek pantheon. What's he doing in the Holy Bible? You can find those things out. Why is that important? Who is he actually? Questions like that. Don't you want to know? You know, you're going to find very little. Like if you go to a rabbi, you are not going to hear them speak about the true duality because that's their power over you. That's they they want you to have the presumption that they have more chosenness than you do. That's what it's all about with them, and it's so sweet to see a Hebrew guy speaking the truth no matter what, and then he can go into his scriptures and say, yes, this is what it says here, and this is what we get, like out of the Tanya or the Talmud says the same thing or whatever. And they'll talk about the child rape and everything. um I think some of these rabbi believe that they have rights that they don't have. There's only one right that would go into what person might consider pedophilia, and that would be an ancient god creating a female that would be considered his wife or his daughter. That's not incestuous because she came out of his head as that helper, that part of him for him. So but when the dark cabal got a hold of knowledge like that, then they're like, whoa, well, we have rights as the chosen people. We have this knowledge there, therefore we can apply this to human beings, and it's not the same at all. You don't put yourself in God's shoes and rape babies and think that you're chosen for something, you know? And anyway, this Hebrew man I'm talking about, Ariel, he gets it. He totally gets. He's so cool. I love these people. They are so cool. I can't get enough of their depth of their knowledge or their searching for it. It just, like Amon Hillman says, that turns me on. That's what turns me on. For real. I hate stupid people. I really do. There, I just said it. I'll say it again. I hate those stupid little fuckers. Ignorant to the truth, ignorant to the fact, ignorant to great minds, stuck in the puppet show that this world is. Don't you feel the same? Do you ever talk to people and it's like, is that all you got? You know? Does your brain go anywhere else? You know? So, yeah. I'm just thrilled. And then tonight, I think it is number 9 of my ancient Greek lesson. Like I said, none of this is new to me. The information I'm hearing is absolutely nothing I'm learning from other people. I'm serious. What do you want me to say? Um, do I have to, like, somebody says, what? You think it's my ego when it's me? If it were you, would you keep your mouth shut to what people need to know? Or would you risk the fact that, yeah, you may not make a lot of friends, but you're going to make the right ones that are on the track with the truth instead of people that are just satisfied with their mundane lives. And it is mundane. Get up, go to work, listen to the few jokers on YouTube or whatever that are on that same level, and that's your whole existence. Are you helping raise the spirit of God, or are you actually just enjoying the clown show? Because it is your demise, you know. Oh, there's a hell. It is the separation from God and all things that are good. Satan wants that for you. I said he wants God all to himself. That female aspect wants him to chill and take responsibility for the illegitimate ones that don't have that understanding. He needs to wake his own up because we're living amongst the dead, you know. I've had dead people treat me like I was the ghost when I'm here to help your stupid ass. I'm not no ghost. Do you think God's a ghost because he has a spirit? That's just knowledge in the ether that was put in there ahead of time. Or what we're doing today will be for the future. Everything we do, everything we think, you know? It goes back to who can see you in the dark? The darkest part of God, that's who. Anyway, I don't get people that don't want to strive for a deeper meaning to their existence, you know? Yeah. I'm just gonna keep listening to people that are in the right area of the world, talking about the right type of things, and biggest respect for a Jewish man correlating his Greek part of their text with the original stuff and admittedly helping to open up this big ball of bullshit that people are under, called Christianity and Muslim and Islam and Buddhism. So brain dead. Yeah, sit there, Buddha. Um, Meditate. That'll do you some good. Don't do anything, just keep meditating, you know. Oh, yeah. So the guy gets up and walks into another country at nighttime and they go back to the tree and Buddha had ascended. Yeah, sure he did. Yeah, hardly. That's a good trick, isn't it? Well, they say Jesus rose. Did he? Yeah, to another life of um, carrying the dark energy that he stole, that he didn't know how to handle. You know, that's the truth. Think about it. if you had the ability to wield a lightning bolt that would take somebody off the planet and you didn't know how to use that energy properly, pretty sure God's not going to leave the planet to you as an inheritance because you don't know what you're doing and you don't know how to apply those energies properly. And you're never going to learn them in your Christian church. It even says in the scriptures, Christ cannot be found in the church. How much more clear can you get than that? Does that mean that you should stop reading the scriptures? Just the opposite. You want to find out why can't Christ be found in the church? Because it's satanic. That's why. All Zionist churches coming out of Judah, they're all the same. Judaism, Christianity, all of them. They're all hiding the truth from you. That's why Christ can't be found there, wanting nothing to do with the feeble-minded. The voluntary ignorant. So yeah, you can follow your love, 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 and forgive, give everybody, and anything goes. And yeah, Christians are really winging it, aren't they? Far left. Yeah, talk about hell. Talk about chaos. Where do you think you are? Wow. Heaven? Christ is here? No, no. The male spirit of Christ is not here, but his female representation is. And she isn't being accepted as helping anybody. Nobody even hardly wants to befriend her because they have hormone problems. It's true. Or transfer demons from other people, one of the two. Something's going on. They might have been born with it, like that old Maybelline eyelash commercial. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybelline. Like May, like the sons of May. May, that's like Ma, spelt Ma, like mother. Do you know there is the Order of the Rose? The men that keep the truth and carry that for her, that information is available all the time, anytime, because of these men that carry that spirit in their hearts for families and the love of the mother and honoring God with that. That's quite a trick, isn't it? And it's called the Order of the Rose. Cheers to you, gentlemen and ladies that honor that mom that loves you. Cheers. There's a few of them out there. Some are ex-ministers or pastors. Some are, none of them are priests. None of them are rabbi. All of them are highly educated scholars that carry um, the truth of the Holy Grail. And that Eucharist, that sacrifice that comes from the female, ladies, it comes from your body. When you give of your body for life. That's the gift God gave woman, not a man. He has other gifts available to him that he's not worthy of. He might be, but at this moment he's not. It's simple. God's telling us, hey, if you deny a part of me, my other half, why would I want anything to do with you? That's just pure silly. Life on this planet is a two-part deal. It's not two men and a baby and two women's energies. Not, no. It's two acting as one spiritually. And what they do in private is none of nobody's business, by the way, for the filthy of mind. It's like a child walking in on their parents making love when they shut the door and said, stay out. We'll come and, not a tiny child, but like a teenager, you know, go occupy your time. What if that was dishonored? What if the child killed the father and raped the mother? Does anybody care about the truth on this planet? Do you? Do you want to know why you have a funny feeling of duality in you, but something feels just a little like you can almost grab it, but you just can't? No woman took a bite out of an apple, but you can believe what you want. If you like to run around believing that a mother that nurtures and loves and thinks you're adorable would ever do anything to harm her husband or her children, you are in whack. And you should be whacked with a great big bat like I was one time. Yeah, I didn't even come to for a very long time. Then when I walked home, I was a kid. I was 12. I had to go. I had split my skull open. Yeah, it bled for a long time, many years, but and then I was around some excessive hollering that would re-injure it all the time. I had to get away from that stuff. Wow, that was wicked. I can scream too, but I chose not to. I'd rather walk away from people's baloney. That's what I gotta do. I just gotta, like, turn the page. Well, I'm going to get this uploaded. I appreciate you all joining me. Please dig into the scriptures with open heart and help yourselves, help other people, and let's all work as investigators and scholars and for communities and families and the real things in life. Okay? I love you all. Thank you for joining me. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Here I go. Ha ha. Have a good night or day wherever you're at or wherever you're gonna be.